Three. Yep, we're live. We are live, Doc. We are live, Doctor. I wanted to call you Doctor instead of Godfather, but we're live, Godfather.
Hey, are your viewers piling in?
They are about to pile in. They are piling in. I want to put the page up so we can see them. And they are piling in. And now I'm going to pull up the page for YouTube channel and boom, and then tweet it out. Hey Barry, let's see, Barry Lee is not on there yet. Barry is our trusty moderator, one of our trusty moderators. And go to the Creator Studio. Give me the Creator Studio, go to live streaming. Go live streaming. Godfather Griz, Oakland Raider Forever Oakland show on Las Vegas. Basically, it is. Stream is health is good. Yes! Yes! It is. Stream is health is good. Yes! Yes! It is. Put it on mute.
That was interesting. It kept repeating itself.
Yeah, there we are. So you are here. I am here. And I'm going to now tweet this out. We have 2 watching. Thumbs up. Do the share. Add it to liked videos. I'm going to go to Facebook and promote this out right now. Facebook should have come on automatically. Strange that it did not, but there it is nonetheless. And I'm going to write on live now. And then I'm going to tag Godfather Griz.
Hey.
Greg. There. All right. And post. So there goes that. And that is away. Fire 1. And hey, Barry Lee, can you please tweet out under hashtag Raiders, hashtag NFL? Thank you very much. And then one more tweet is going out there. Let me switch accounts. Pull up the gigantic one. Hey folks, I'm just calibrating and putting in the necessary meta tags and social media outreach, so we will be at full horsepower within approximately 32 seconds. So you can start the countdown as we go. Batteries to power, turbines to speed. Remember that? Batteries to power, turbines to speed with Adam West and Burt Ward on Batman?
Say it 3 times fast.
Batteries to power, turbines to speed. Batteries to power, turbines to speed. Batteries to power, turbines to speed.
Impressive.
And put this on LinkedIn real quick. And I'm just going to continue with Facebook. For some reason, all right, I'm going to forego that. I'll do that later. Okay. All right. And have that go away. Hello, all. Hello. And then bring you back, Griz. There you are. And hell, we are there. Hello. Hey, everybody. Hey, Krug Snipe. How are you? How are you? We're back. We are back. And
yeah, announce all your supporters in the room right now.
We've got Joseph Jones, Krug Snipe, Barry Lee. Who else is here? We've got so far 7 people in the house. I've announced 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 7. So there's 3 out there that haven't identified themselves. Let me know. Oh, hey Pedro, how you doing? Welcome. And thank you for
the investment. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Chris Mack. Good evening, Bailey. Good evening, is that Pedro? Raider Hernandez, Pedro?
Hey, the best live stream show in Raider Nation is back. Ta-da!
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Can't say Raider Nation without Oakland.
That's right. Oakland Raider Nation. There he is back. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, let's start us off with, let's wait until a few more of our hardy band get in.
Yeah, so let's just go over some quick notes real quick, and then I think we should start off with some serious prayer.
I cannot think of a better thing to do. Godfather, why don't you lead us in prayer, please, for people in Las Vegas, all right?
I'll go ahead and say it if you don't mind.
Not at all.
We just want to take this time, this moment, to pray for all of humanity, for anybody out there who's suffering, any imbalances that's taking place on this planet, in particular for those families, loved ones, and friends who lost loved ones in Las Vegas 2 nights ago, which was just truly, truly horrible, truly sad. For other way that went down, that is just not good. There's no words that can appease the people who lost loved ones. So what we can do, pray, come together, and learn as a human race to become better beings. We want to pray for all those people in Puerto Rico who've been devastated by devastation. We want to pray for those who are still coming back to life in Houston and in Florida. We want to pray for anywhere where there's some type of justice against human beings, or oppression, violence, homelessness. And one of the main things that drives the NFL's finest, the 66 Mile Club Oakland, is we are fans for humanity. And in the NFL, they play football, that's a sport. In baseball, that's a great sport. Our sport is the sport of helping people. So we utilize this platform and any opportunity we get daily to acknowledge how lucky we are. For any of you have loved ones out there, be it your grandparents, be it your kids, grandkids, be it your parents, your brothers, sisters, your loved ones. If you have someone that's dear to your heart, and they're dear to your heart, embrace that person. Realize how lucky we are to have that, because life is short, and in a matter of minutes, it can be gone and taken from us. So one of the powerful things about the Zenny platform is we do use it to the best of our ability. I know the Zenny 62 Godfather show to send out some positive energy for those that need it, and we're always about that. So thank you once again, Zenny, for allowing us to do this prayer. Thank you for all the supporters who are taking this time to pray with us. Keep those prayers going, because right now, this is just a spiritual perspective from the Godfather. The forces of light and darkness have a defined line. And we're going to pray that all of you go toward the light. Don't run away from love. Go toward the light inside your heart. Do the right thing. That will create protection for yourself, and that will help create protection for those you love. And for those who are being consumed by the darkness, that are trying to take over your soul for destruction and negativity, we're going to have to fight for that more than ever now. So once again, thank you, Zenny62, for us taking this time. Thank you for all the supporters. Continued prayers. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Right. Couldn't have said it better.
Let's start off.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, a little programming note, just so that I can avoid some copyright issues. If you could turn that TV off in the background, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Woohoo! All right. My, what a big screen we've got back there.
Yes. You got to remember, folks, this is the one and only 66 Mile Forever Oakland Clubhouse. At least 10 different networks have been here just in the last year, so this is the actual studio. You've been in the studio before, Zenny. You know how cameras, they can affect things. Every time a camera comes in here, they love this studio, this backdrop, the acoustics is beautiful. So I'm coming live from the 66 Mile Clubhouse when you're coming live from your home there in Georgia.
That's right. Hey, let's talk about, first thing, let's talk about the upcoming event, the Walk for Breast Cancer Awareness. That's Saturday, October 7th, right?
Oh, man, we are very excited. This Saturday, October 7th, from 6 p.m. and on, we have a lot of our supporters who will be coming to town with our core staff to eat some Godfather and Chris Gourmet. Chris is Coop Snipe. Coop Snipe's a very good cook as well. He's really stepped up as he got involved with Forever Oakland on many tasks, but he's a very good cook. So Chris and I will be cooking some Godfather Chris Gourmet at 6 p.m. on this huge beast of barbecue pit for all of our supporters. Then please, go ahead.
I'm glad you cleared that up, because you said eat some Godfather. And I thought, are they going to roast you? Are you gonna be cooked at the stake?
I think that
I couldn't resist.
no, that's all good. There's a connection here where sometimes there's a pause between words.
No, I was teasing. But you did say.
Either way, it's working good. No, we have a tradition of cooking what's called Godfather Gourmet, and then Chris has jumped in a little bit, so it's Godfather and Chris Gourmet. So we're inviting all of our supporters coming worldwide and throughout other states to Nichols Longest Tailgate, Ma Valley, this Saturday, October 7th, 2017. 6 p.m. and on, we're feeding everybody. It's a kid-friendly, Ma Valley is a kid-friendly, drug-free zone. People of all ages are welcome. All of our core staff can potluck food, drinks, chairs, charcoal, meat, the whole yards. Then, right about 7:20, 7:25, we're going to be graced with Angela Torrado, the voice of San Jose, who just graced the 66 Mile Parallel Clubhouse yesterday, or 2 days ago. Oh, yeah, 2 days ago, with the national anthem, and she dedicated the song Hero from Mariah Carey to Forever Oakland, what we do for this community, what we do to help Oakland better. So she's going to kick off the walk for breast cancer awareness on Ma Valley around 7:20, 7:25. Then at 7:30, a whole caravan of us will be walking from Ma Valley to our nearest Oakland Mirror image off of Hagenberger. That's about 1.3 miles. And with that walk, we're going to have video going, and we'll have a few volunteers driving vehicles with ice chests, with bottled water. So if there's any of you folks that are walking that have some kind of disability, heart problem, diabetes, we'll have water on hand, as well as if there's folks who can't walk, but they want to be part of the exciting process, you can jump in the volunteers' cars, drive your own car with emergency lights on, and a caravan from Ma Valley all the way down to the Raider Image. It's very exciting. The weather's going to be just spectacular. It's going to be gorgeous, my people. So get down to Ma Valley. If you have any questions, go to the Greg Jones Facebook page. Hit us up on personal message. Hit up any of our staff on the event page that says Walk for Breast Cancer Awareness. If you go to the event page, and when we get to the Raider Image, we have something special up our sleeve. So you'll only be able to see it through the videos we take and any pictures we post on social media. So please, if you're going to be in town, join us. If you're not in town, tune in to the Greg Jones Facebook page and some of our other staff that will be doing some live stream video. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go back by the sounds of Ma Valley from DJ Mob School, our own DJ. He's going to be playing tunes all night long. So we'll be walking breast cancer awareness, and then we get back to Ma Valley, we're going to be dancing all night long. And that's kind of the vibe, that's the identity. When you come to our tailgate, which we've mentioned many times, you see all the combined elements of our identity, which is charity, civic pride, food. Sometimes you have OPD come through, politicians come through, some of them may be walking with us. So it's more than just fans, we're a community-driven organization. So we're very excited about Saturday night for the Walk for Breast Cancer Awareness.
Wait, what about, are you waiting to hear from the Red Cross?
Yeah, you know, we, just yesterday, I contacted some members of the American Red Cross to apply to have a van/SUV or truck come to Ma Valley so we can do a blood drive there. So they're letting us know what the requirements are. I signed up very quickly. I talked to one of the representatives. We're finishing out some details. Usually you need months in advance notice, but they're going to help expedite the situation because there's just a lot going on in the world. In Oakland, which we always start off at first, but we want to donate blood to any people who need it in Vegas, for those hospitals. So that's the whole purpose that drove us. So the American Red Cross did make contact. We're finalizing some details. We did let folks know it'll be over the next few weeks. They'll come out. We'll give you advance notice because we always do charity. But yeah, that's what's happening to the American Red Cross.
Now we got some comments. Coog Snipe says across the street from entrance on 66th Avenue to Coliseum is where Ma Valley is located because someone was asking, you know, where is Ma Valley?
The exact address is 559 66th Avenue, Oakland, California, 94621. 559 66th Avenue, Oakland, California, 94621. Just like Coog Snipe said, we're directly across the street from the 66th Avenue entrance. You will see our canopies and banners proudly displayed. That numerical address is right in front of the Sherwin-Williams paint store and K Upholstery store. You can't miss us. 559 66th Avenue.
Now, hey, how was last weekend, by the way? You guys had some events going.
Are you talking the home game last weekend, A's game, or are you talking this past weekend with the game 2 days ago?
The past weekend. This weekend that just concluded.
We were graced.
I didn't know you were at fireworks. I was at the fireworks. I didn't find out you guys were there until after I saw on Facebook. I thought, oh, how'd I miss them? I went from the Cal USC game directly to, well, not quite directly. I hung out with my friends for a little bit. And then I went to the A's game for Star Wars night, and I wound up down on the field and making videos and all that stuff. So, and then I thought, oh, I missed them. But I didn't realize that until I saw Facebook, I think that night.
Yeah, well, what happened that day, a week ago Saturday, was we hosted our Game 5 promo with the Oakland A's, our 50-50 fundraiser. That's our last game with the Oakland A's for the 2017 season. Not only do we host a nice tailgate in Ma Valley, but Oakland A's president David Cabell came out to us, walked all the way to the parking lot, took a little golf cart, came out and hung out with us.
Yep.
It was special. He was very down to earth. He was very himself. We congratulated him on their move to Laney, and we also just touched a little bit about our citizen-driven initiative because they're fully aware of our citizen-driven initiative, and we let them know that we're making Oakland better forever by clearing up the political landscape to be a catcher's glove for the NFL and Oakland Raiders when they turn attention back to us. So that was a great conversation, but that whole day was special. For him coming out, he took a picture, the world saw it. And then, as you witnessed too, we went into the game, watched a great game, but the Star Wars fireworks was spectacular.
Now, I bought my ticket through the Direct Help code.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah. What happened was that I intended to show up a lot earlier, but between the Cal game and then my basically Cal tradition, as we do it, is we party at Henry's after the game, win or lose. And that's precisely what happened. So then I came down and I thought, I didn't arrive there until the 8th inning.
Okay.
But I arrived.
Enjoyed the win.
Yeah, I enjoyed the win. Yeah.
And the Star Wars fireworks, we were there. Our Game 1 promo was July 3rd for 4th of July. Those fireworks were great, but the Star Wars fireworks, they were just extra special. And I don't do like a lot of live video when it comes to stuff like that, but I did. And all of our viewing audience that tuned in, they loved it. The Star Wars fireworks was spectacular. I have to commend the Oakland A's for the work.
Now, and I want to thank Bousman for interviewing Dave Cavall. He didn't know where the video was going. It actually went to Zenny62 on YouTube and Zenny62.com, for which I still owe Bousman some moolah. So much appreciated that he first did that and then notified me that he did it actually that very day.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was very cool. And
awesome.
yeah, because I was trying to get an interview with Cavall, and I thought it was really weird. He wasn't answering my email back, unlike the past, and his media relations person, Carolyn Aker, didn't answer my email after I called the chief of staff, Miguel. So I thought, hey, I thought maybe the mayor got to them or something. But
no, I'll guarantee you this. After talking, and we talked about an interview, so we're very fortunate David Cabell came to our television and had a hands-on, just general conversation. He respects and loves Fort Oakland.
Yep.
In a short period of time, he got to know us. He realized our impact and what we're trying to do for the whole community. But one thing that was clear to me, and this is just my opinion, is regardless of where people stand with this, here in the Oakland A's made their own decision without the politicians' influence of what they did,
right,
including the mayor.
Right.
So regardless of what they need to do for development and all that stuff, I applaud him for doing what they think is best for Oakland A's. And of course, you're talking to the most pro-Oakland guy out there who wants that land preserved for Oakland football. So we feel this is the best way to retain two teams in Oakland forever.
All right, so cough it up, man. You think we got a chance to get this team back here? Because I do. Because I do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that Zenny, I think myself, yourself, people we know closely, we felt this way the whole time. So we haven't changed our stance on that. What has changed, though, is outside of our citizen-driven initiative, that's catching steam, the NFL has definitely seen the results of the decisions that's working against them. My opinion, this relocation process is a cluster fudge. Remember, we said that before when we used the term fudge.
Yeah.
So the whole relocation process.
And Griz, I got to say this. I'm glad you used that term because I'm a chocoholic.
Oh, me too. You know, all the time you about chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, man, you know my favorite? I'll tell you my favorite place to get a hot fudge sundae. We all got to go is Fenton's. Fenton's. Yes, Fenton's. Yes.
And then if we go across the bay, we're going to Ghirardelli chocolate.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And we got the walk going up there. It's fun.
Or if we go up North Bay, Sam's at Tiburon has an outstanding hot fudge with chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips sundae. It's this
You're
tall.
killing me, man.
I'm not killing you. It's this tall. In fact, you want to hear something? The last time I had it, you'll never guess who I ran into as I was ordering it.
Who?
He happens to be the current head coach of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was 10 years ago. His son, Luke, who's now a college football player at Florida, he's sadly injured, yes, recognized me because I had ran into them there. Ironically enough, I ran into Jack Del Rio at Sam's and Tiburon twice. And the second time, Luke said, "Hey, Dad, that guy is waving at you." It was me. We were just right across the way. And I had that huge sundae like that. It's enormous.
Nice.
Yes, so those are the places.
On the theme here,
yep.
What we decided, and I don't know how much of that you saw on Sunday, we did 2 videos for the media locally. NBC 11, Channel 2 contacted me on some of our videos from Sunday. They got called up. They're going to come to the 60 Mile Clubhouse, but due to Fleet Week, which hopefully this weekend, all of you fly into town, you go out to Alameda or San Francisco, you'll see how the Fleet Week, the planes are going like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Our theme this weekend was the Forever Oakland initiative of making Oakland better is stronger than it's ever been. And our message to the world was, all the fires on the NFL right now with their decisions of bad relocation. You look at the LA Chargers, you look at the LA Rams, you look at the San Francisco 49ers, the healthiest choice making the most money in California for the NFL is who?
The Raiders.
Oakland.
Right.
So you got these 3 messes that they need to clean up. And more is starting to show the NFL's mindset isn't the healthiest for communities of color. It's not the healthiest for people. They're only trying to serve themselves. And with these fires building, it's more prevalent now with our message that it would be foolish of the NFL to even think about taking what's keeping them going in California, California, where it's people power driven, removing that and going to a location where you're going to have as bad or worse problems than you're having for the Chargers, the Rams, and the 49ers, because you're taking it further away from its culture, because this is the East Bay autumn wind. So it's good to see, in my opinion, being the most forever Oakland guy, it's good to see that these things are showing through the NFL decisions, and we're going to have to keep pushing, and this makes what we're doing even stronger than ever.
But I have to say one thing, though. I really am proud of the way the commissioner and the NFL brass stood up to the president. And they could have caved in just much as the NBA has done, but they didn't do that. And because what Trump said was untenable, unnecessary, and I argue illegal. So a president should not pick on Americans the way he's done, or single out American citizens the way Trump did. And bravo for Roger Goodell and for Jerry Jones and for Saeed Khan and for all the owners that, I don't care how anyone thinks about it, if they think it was for sure, whatever. The bottom line is they found a way to make a statement with their players rather than against their players. And that Jed York and the 49ers did that. I mean, take away how we, all that stuff for a second. Let's just talk about us as an NFL family, because Griz, you got to admit the NFL has treated you like family. It's treated me like family too. So
Yeah, you speak for yourself. You can speak for yourself. I have a different opinion. Go ahead.
So anyway, but the whole point is, I mean, we were at the annual meeting, and they treat you like royalty, is what I was talking about. So my point is, they have a lot of respect for, right, and we can't let go of that. The reason why I say it like that is this way: this is in a state of flux, and if we keep it up, it's going to change. A large part, a significant proportion of this alteration in the NFL's mindset has to do with the work of people like ourselves, and it has to do with a country that's simply tired of injustices done to people of color, particularly black men, 60% of which are represented within the NFL. So we just have to keep it up, but there are people like Troy Vincent, they're grooming to be the next commissioner. He's black, all right? And there are a number of people throughout the NFL who are in the right places, who arguably they're not even corporate heretics, because that implies they're doing something the corporation's against, but they do really look upon what we're doing favorably and don't think that they don't. There's a culture war. I mean, that's what we're involved in. I hate to say it like that. I know it's cliche, but that's what it is. You have people who think a certain way, who have, I mean, here's where we are, Griz. You have some people who will say, well, gee, I don't like that they're not putting their hands on the chest for the anthem, and they're making a political statement. Excuse me, putting your hand on the chest for the anthem is in and of itself a political statement. So the bottom line is, America was built on political statements. We just have to respect each other's right to make those political statements and move along. But what I go on, even all above that, thousands of miles above it, 30,000 feet above what I'm talking about, is this. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We're being gamed. This is all a game to get us against each other, so that we're not focused on moving the country in the right direction. And we've got somebody in the White House who's insistent on you moving the country in his direction, not the American direction. And he does it, and I uncovered an evidence of what I'm talking about, a video, January 8th of 2015, where President Trump openly said that he was for flag burning. He was on David Letterman. Letterman asked him about after the Charlie Hebdo attacks. He nodded in agreement with Letterman, and he said, yes, it represents the best of our country. He had every opportunity, Trump did, to counter what David Letterman said. He never did it. That's not the only time he's done that. That same year, Trump said that Confederate statues should be in a museum. They should be taken down. So, you can run a video with those two examples, and then 2016 and this year, and say, what is he doing? But trying to game us. And we're falling for it. We're arguing among ourselves without stopping to think about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is we're being manipulated, and I don't like it.
Well, my opinion is, I think that there's powers that be that run the presidents. It's been that way for a long time. I think that there's an evil entity that I speak of highly that really has its hands in the biggest banks and the biggest corporations that goes beyond our country. Mm-hmm. And they have ties with some of the richest families. I've been believing that for a long time. And so they have their own plan. They've been trying to orchestrate for a long time strategically. And they haven't had a lot of success. They're having some success. They're ultimately going to take things over completely. They're going to have some resistance from people who believe they have the right to live for God-given lives. So I think humanity in itself, I've been stressing in my messages, in my write-ups, the light and the darkness, there's a fine line. And the best thing that people can do is gravitate toward light. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, this is just my perspective. And if you follow that, it's going to create protection for yourself and for others, because people who are vulnerable, they're going to be taken so easily right now.
Yep.
But I want to shift gears real quick back to NFL owners. Regardless if the owners are standing up to players or not right now, it still does not take away from my focus on how they have extorted communities for money, mm-hmm. and how they feel like taxpayers should be paying for stadiums, and they should be as well. Plus, when you go into a community like mine, regardless of the lack of political willpower that has haunted this location for some time, there's still a big crime that was involved here. And the last thing the NFL wants is the right type of people to come up and fight them.
Right.
So I'm not being blinded by what they're doing to the players. we still have something that get accomplished here, because outside of what they're doing to players right now politically, what you're seeing with this relocation process is a cluster fudge. They were forewarned about it. This moving process affecting communities, caring about their own pockets, and the last stand, the biggest and strongest entity, we have the biggest effect on them, is right here in Oakland, California, my people. So stay tuned. We are not done. We got the Forever Oakland heart. You got the 6-6 mob heart. The NFL knows this, and we have to keep pushing.
Something else too. The Big Lead ran an article that was deliberately false. It said that Oakland, this is a few days ago, that Oakland had attendance problems. And, get this. I want you to listen to this.
Okay? I'm all ears.
I can see that. Your ears are sticking out there. But it was like, I gotcha. I got bigger ears. I got bigger ears than you do, but the whole point.
Go ahead.
They used to call me air scoop ears in school, but anyway, I was actually proud of that. But at any rate, the Big Lead had the nerve to write that Oakland had an attendance problem based on, first of all, in the one game, which is the game where Marshawn Lynch made his debut, that was a sellout. Okay, this is what they did, Godfather. They took an ESPN chart of attendance. Now, when the Raiders played their game, there were some other organizations that already had 2 home games, right? So if the average attendance on a per game basis is 50,000 times 2, that's 100,000, right? So if you focus on one game and ours was 54,479 in attendance, that's the only one. So we're going to fall near the bottom, actually around the bottom, because we only had 1 home game, not 2. Okay? Not 2.
Just misleading statistics.
But right. They used that chart. They actually linked to it. And I thought, they must be the dumbest people in America, whoever runs the Big Lead, to think that someone is actually going to look at that and look at the chart and not read the chart. Okay? As I did. And I was going to basically and I still will make a video that blasts them into the stars, because it was fraudulent. And I thought, if you want to demonstrate that the Raiders really have a problem, don't prove that you don't know math and put up a chart like that, because it proves you don't know math, the Big Lead. And I started looking at all the rest of their articles, and I'm more than ever proud of my Zinnia 62 Media publications online than I've ever been, because we don't put out crap like that. Ever. All right? But the Big Lead did. I mean, it really did. And I just can't say enough horrible things about what they did. You know, it was bad. So
what is that? You know, you've been doing what you're doing for years. You've been aware. You've been connected to open politics, but you know how the media works. and the bigger fish, man, they have a way of trying to project certain things they want people to think.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is so beautiful about social media and media now is they can't hide the fact of their mistakes they were making with relocation now.
Right.
It's starting to show. People are taking the information, they're hungry for it, they can't cover it up. So the NFL, in my opinion, they have a big problem in their hands.
Yeah.
A real big problem.
They've a problem with Los Angeles, the Rams. Even though the Rams are winning, we're going to have to see how that translates into attendance, and if it does. And of course, the Chargers have problems that are already historic in their magnitude. We're seeing that. The Raiders and of course the 49ers are, even their better sellout game wasn't a sellout. It just kind of looked like that on, you know, when you turn the camera angle a certain way.
Exactly.
But no, we're the only game in town per se, and you know I have to. The big problem.
They realize to keep the team in Oakland and fix their other 3 problems.
And the other
Oakland's going to save their ass. Excuse my language, and that's the placebo they need right now. And if they have any intelligence, which they haven't shown relocation, and they realize these things that they affected are going to continue to get worse, not better.
Right.
Before it gets better, they will be wise to some way, somehow manipulate the situation on their own without our added fire to keep this team in Oakland.
And there's something else too.
Even they try to get out Mark Davis's hands. It's a whole nother discussion.
Yep. Yeah, and something else too. I'll just have to say it. The hotel tax revenue is in jeopardy of going into deficit. And I'm talking about the stadium hotel tax revenue in Las Vegas. They only released data for the first 5 months. March, April, May, June, July. We haven't seen August or September. During that, the total revenue from the stadium hotel tax consistently went down on a per month basis. Down. And over that period, they had a surplus of $2,200,000. Now, we don't know what it is. They need to maintain an average per month revenue stream of $3.4 million. If they're under that, they're in trouble. And that happened before the tragedy of 2 days ago. Now, what does that impact? It impacts people wanting to go to Las Vegas to do what? Go to an event, and how are they going to do that? Stay in a hotel, right?
Right.
So the Paris attacks cost France 633 million pounds. And a pound is, I think, what, $2.2 or something like that, somewhere in there, pound sterling. So, okay, yeah. So it's about that's over what, 1.2 billion. All right. So if it's going to have that kind of impact on Paris and France, sadly, it's going to have an impact on Las Vegas, and that impacts the construction subsidy bond issue that the Raiders are supposed to use. So this project is in all kinds of trouble right now.
Now, one last thing, and correct me. I don't pay attention to too much outside media. I do know some old timers, some senior citizens that have some good knowledge. So one of my guys shed some light on this, and I'm going to have you shed light on this. What's with the administration of this country saying no to taxpayers funding stadiums now? What is that about? And will that affect the Vegas thing? The Vegas thing was fixed last year. Go ahead.
I don't know if the administration's officially said they're going to do that. They might. I mean, there's scuttlebutt. Okay, they might do it. All right, but I don't know if they actually are going to do it. And so, at all. And so, because of that, I would have to say that I'm going to take a wait and see. I know that Donald Trump met with Sheldon Adelson about Las Vegas and how that impacts the Raiders. We have to remains to be seen, because
how long ago that happened?
Yesterday. It happened yesterday. So look, there are two ways this could go. The casinos could get together and decide, you know what, we need a big splash, some big way of returning, something to make us to say that Vegas takes a stand. Now, they could decide that part of that effort is to basically write a check that makes sure the Raiders Stadium gets going. Several checks, okay? Or they could choose not to. It's really that simple, because the structural problems that exist with the Raiders Stadium are only going to get worse because of the incident, not better. So the Raiders and the Las Vegas Stadium Authority are really at a truly a come-to-Jesus moment. Even if they don't recognize it, they are. Because the question is, what are you going to do to make sure that that stream is maintained for the bond issue to release the proceeds for the construction subsidy, A. And then B, what are you going to do to help the Raiders with a $1.111 billion deficit when you add the relocation fee and add the off-site transportation infrastructure costs and the parking costs? It would be nice if the casinos wrote a check and the NFL got out of the way and said, hey, let them do it. That's where we are. And I say that's a possibility given what happened 2 days ago. it's an extraordinary event that really calls for an extraordinary response. I just don't know what that extraordinary response would be. Sure. But I'm saying that the Raiders Stadium is undoubtedly one candidate for it.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime a location has to stand back up, they find what's the best possible way to do that.
Yeah.
But regardless if they do that or not, I still think that this whole theme, the NFL is seeing unfold with the relocation process, is going to continue to get worse for the NFL and worse for the NFL. It's not going to.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's take that. Let's play a scenario more. Let's say the casinos do write checks, and they do cover the losses. That's not going to eliminate the other structural problem, which is the basic per person cost to attend the game, and wanting to come in. Just because they write, look, let me put it this way. Let me put it an entirely other way. Just because the casinos write that check doesn't mean people are automatically going to come. Right. Okay, so that's the other issue. And
let me add to that.
Sure.
And we keep going. So here we are. I'm in Oakland, California.
Mm-hmm.
I live in the heart of Oakland, California.
Mm-hmm.
And this region is what makes this family strong, let alone an image that has drawn people worldwide, but the heart's here. So this region itself, if you're 0-10 or 12-4, will bring 40,000+ people, close to 50. The region,
oh yeah, absolutely.
We're not talking a couple thousand that fly in.
That's right.
Vegas,
right.
They're going to have a couple thousand that fly in. I don't see the region filling 40,000 or 50,000 seats.
No, it won't. It won't.
Because that's not who they are.
Nope.
See, it's like if you're baptized Catholic, you're Catholic. If you're baptized Christian, you're Christian. Like you grow up with a certain mindset. That's the mindset here. And Raiders is Oakland, as much as Oakland is Raiders. I'm not just talking philosophically. You're not going to have 40,000 of the local citizens who didn't grow up understand the Raider mystique supporting this team through thick and thin with the new stadium, new cost. It won't happen.
No, you know what you would have? You'd have the Sisolaks, the Packer fans. You'd have the Packer fans, the Sisolaks. I'm just adding to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Who tells everybody I'm a Packer fan? Okay.
That's not even being thought of right now. The NFL is just so getting away from the people, man. It's disgusting. Mm-hmm. But we just want to remind you guys, it's all about the people there. Just like you said, Zenny, Vegas may be trying to find something to resurrect itself. You know what our citizen-driven initiative is going to do? It's going to help resurrect this community and all communities of color around the United States to take a stand and fight for what's right and get it where no one else believes. And that's when we smell blood right now because the way the NFL is mishandling stuff.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't know if I want to put it as smelling blood, but I'll say
regardless of how they treated me in Arizona, regardless that, let me remind people, when the NFL had a financial committee meeting in Dallas last year, that myself, my lovely attendant, and one of my people attended, we were escorted to premises the first 5 or 10 minutes because they didn't know who we are. One of our guys were in costume.
Hey,
hold on, let me finish.
I was just thanking Paul for the investment. That's all.
Yeah, and escort out the premises, people. And there was one person who I reached out to who brought us back in the hotel. That's Eric Grubbin. Eric Grubbin, through my relationship with Eric, asked the hotel to bring us back in because we're guests of the NFL. I guarantee you, if the Raiders were contacted, they might have said no. Eric Grubbin superseded that and brought us back in.
Right.
Did I agree with Eric on everything? No. Eric and I both, we stand completely different when it comes to this Vegas thing, but it's respect. So like Zenny said, the NFL, they treat us very respectfully, but we see difference in ideology with this community, and it's unfortunate that these billionaire owners are getting away from culture. Right. And one of the greatest cultures in all the NFL is Oakland. I'm sure Buffalo has it, Green Bay has it, Pittsburgh has it, KC, but Oakland has it, baby.
That's right.
And right now, we are the healthiest thing in California for football. And you want to think about picking this up and leaving? It's asinine. It makes no sense. It's very logical. And the more these fires are building around the NFL, the more people are going to see, but the more we're going to continue pushing our citizen-driven initiative. I just had to state that for the record.
No, you're absolutely right. And you have to also say that, and I'm going to double down on what I was saying, Las Vegas looks more like Carson and StubHub Stadium. You know? I mean, Raider Nation...
Oakland.
Let me put it this way. Las Vegas is setting itself up to be the place where Raider Nation goes to die. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. It will not be the same in Las Vegas. There's only one. It's in Oakland. That's it.
Let me tell you something about dying. We will never die here. The Oakland people will never go to Vegas to die.
Right.
Their mentality of what they want in Vegas is going to be dead. Oakland will be stronger than ever. Go ahead.
That's right. And also, I want to say my statement was a bit inartfully put, considering current events. So my apologies for being a bit clumsy there in my statement. What I'm saying is that Raider Nation will not succeed in Las Vegas as it does in Oakland. All right, I used the wrong term there, and I want to take that term right back before it goes any further. That's not what I meant. What I was simply saying is that you will get people who are only interested in the event, but not the team and not what it means to be a Raider fan. Not what it means to wear the black, wear the silver and black, and then
what the
congregate.
What trying to do, what Zenny's saying, is not going to embody open air. So they're going to try and land football in Vegas. Maybe for a Super Bowl, maybe just because they have that, oh my God, we have to be the first major league professional sports to land in Vegas. The whole open air theme will not work there. So they're already making the mistake. And you just look at what they're doing with relocation in Southern California, and look how we're flourishing here. Mm-hmm. They better wisen up.
Yep, that's right.
Decide to take that step of conditional relocation.
That's absolutely right. Let me go and get some comments from the...
Yeah, let's hear from the people.
The Barber74 says, it's not the same for Charger fans either. Did you see Boltman getting kicked out of the LA Charger Stadium? Oh, that's right. They were saying that I should get Boltman on to talk about that. I know he got kicked out. Wow. Then, thanks for that, Barber. Eric Madison says, that's why building a new stadium in Oakland is a gold mine. And then Corey Brown says, I don't trust that the Oakland plan was properly pitched to the NFL. Eric Young says, Oakland Raider Nation. Paul Venegas, thank you for the investment. Eric Young says, I hope the casinos keep their checkbooks in their pockets. I feel for the victims, but I still want the Oakland Raiders to stay in Oakland. The Barber 1974 says, Oakland Raiders belong in Oakland. Corey Brown says, interesting idea. Paul Barry Lee says, have a good night. Good night, Barry. Barry's strong. Barry also says the NFL knows they messed up and the Raiders belong in Oakland. And Juan Ramirez says, I would hate if the casinos were to pay for the road and parking situation. In no way does Mark Davis deserve any help after he tried to pull a fast one over Sheldon Adelson. And so there we go. Those are the Fenton's rules, as Eric says. And Juan Ramirez says, any more regarding Mexico City stadium damage, and if so, could the game be played in Oakland? I know one thing, Eric, is that on the NFL website, they are asking for media to submit credential requests for the Mexico game versus the Raiders. So that's one indication right now. At least that's right now. And so Marcellus says it's conditional right. It is, well, I don't know what conditional means. If it works, it doesn't. If it works, it works. Paul Venegas says, Raiders should drop with a move to Las Vegas, and the NFL should build a stadium in Las Vegas for all 32 teams to rotate and play Pro Bowl. Super Bowl could be called NFL Stadium. That's an interesting idea. And I do think I like that idea. I do.
Let me touch on something real quick here. Sure. Number one, if the NFL can land in Vegas to have something like that, so be it. But remember, they're trying to use our team.
Right.
And that's why we're going to fight them.
Right.
Number two, something else I want to just shed light on with everybody. So we believe that we live in one of the richest communities in the United States. Mm-hmm. Here in the East Bay, the fifth largest media market. There's way more money here than in Vegas. We all know that. Number two, so say, for example, NFL some way, somehow gets the Raiders to Vegas. but they say, Oakland's viable, we'll give you a team.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're kind of hearing that message, well, the bottom line is, if you're going to take a team, but bring a team back because it's viable, there's no reason to take the team in the first place.
Right.
So I strongly want to remind people, we're not settling for relocation. We're not settling for expansion, because what that is the NFL saying, we'll give you a team to feed you, but if this location's worthy, then this team that's here is the identity of this community, with or without Mark Davis. The team Oakland Raider is the identity. That's the team that needs to stay. That's the name that needs to stay. So let's just keep that in mind. And lastly, if the NFL is trying to land in Vegas at the expense of Mark Davis, for all of you whose eyes are not open, they're trying to screw over the Ottoman forever Oakland Raiders like this, whose eyes are wide open, and they're trying to screw over those who are wherever the wind blows Raiders that follow Mark Davis. Mark Davis is a good man to me. He's coming to me, but he's not a leader. I don't follow Mark Davis. I told Mark Davis, I am forever Oakland. I am not moving down to Vegas to get a nice house from you and get a top-notch job and show the Oakland Raider way, because I have my DNA here. I have work relationships here. I have businesses I work with here. This is a culture that I wouldn't turn my back on for nothing. So that's what we're preserving, that's what we're protecting, and that's why the Oakland Raider team, be it owned by Mark Davis or not, or the name, needs to stay here. It represents us. This is our 40,000, 50,000 community will build that stadium 1 year ago, because this is our church. This is our religion, man. This is how we're baptized. You can't take that away, NFL. We're going to fight you on it. So all these things are so logical. You're not going to take a team away from us and bring us another team. We're going to just keep the team we have. That's our mentality. We think the whole thing's a crime.
Hey, not only that.
Woo!
Not only that.
Good, baby.
That. I was just gonna let everybody know the champ is here. Hey, T. Coop, how you doing?
What's happening, Raider champ? Good to see you, brother.
The champ is here. I haven't seen the champ in a while. And Eric Madison says, I think they should build a new stadium for UNLV and have the draft, combine, Pro Bowl every year in Las Vegas. That's an interesting idea. I like that idea. I like that idea.
Tourist attraction, sure, but not having a local team there.
Yeah, well, hey, it's, you know.
Not a big team like ours.
Yeah, and then ML Scott. ML, how are you? ML Scott writes, hey, Zinni, share with Godfather the idea of either you, Godfather, Ray, or Russ running for mayor and creating a superpower administration between all of you.
Let me shed light on that. Sure. Right. Who's speaking? What's his name?
ML Scott, Money Lynch Scott, L.A.
ML Scott, you're talking to the dog that has the deepest roots here, who rocks the hardest with some of my people. And I'll just let you know, ML Scott, that we have mentioned on the Zinni 62 show last few weeks, we're identifying having to clean the disease, the NFL ownership, the Oakland Raiders, and the political landscape here. So just remember, one of our biggest themes right now, this push, is cleaning up the leadership politically here. So we're in position with the Oakland A's moving to Laney College through our process. So when the NFL and the Raiders have to turn their attention back here, they're dealing with the right people on how to have the land for themselves. So that process is underway, M.O. Scott.
Hey, I understand that the Oakland City Council discussion regarding the A's at Laney College was a positive one. I'm trying to get more information on that. There was nothing on Twitter. So anybody out there, I'm in Georgia, if you have any information or photographs from that, please send them to me, Zinni at Zinni62, or a video to share. Even better, I'll put it up on my YouTube channel, or I'll allow you to do that. And but look, let's talk. I'd like to get information on that. It was good news, good information there.
Yeah.
So ML Scott responds to your comment with, yes, sir, and 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 exclamation points. 6 exclamation points.
And then let me remind you, ML Scott, we have a huge following and we want to impact as many lives as possible. We also realize here in my inner world, to be in my circle, you've got to have the best of the best.
Right.
We've known that for years, and we've recently learned that the last couple months. You have to have the best of the best that represents and embodies what the Oakland Raider identity, what Forever Oakland's all about. And we believe we've assembled the best of the best to represent, to potentially negotiate, and do what we need to do to get that land in the right hands and be properly nurtured for Oakland Raider football.
Hey,
welcome. That's the best way that land will be served.
Welcome to those who just joined our live stream. Welcome to the Godfather Griz Forever Oakland show on Zenny 62 Daily Vlog Live. And you are here. I want to alert everybody, or actually share with everybody, an event I'm working on, really in my head, but I launched the idea first on Sunday. It's going to be it's going to be Zenny 62 live at a venue. And the place I want to do this at is a favorite cafe of mine in Oakland, right next to Lake Merritt, called Perch. It's at 440 Grand Avenue. And I talked to the owner about it, and they liked the idea. And I talked to Ray Chester about it because Ray has been on my show live twice now. And Ray brings it. He doesn't mince words about the Raiders' performance. He brings it. And I think, you know what, Godfather, Ray enjoys doing it because when he is on the local television stations, be it Channel 2 or Channel 5, if you add it up, he only gets a few minutes to speak, right? But on the Zenny 62 show, he can speak, yeah, as long as he wants to. So he ends up speaking for 30, 40. I think last time he was on for a solid hour. We had Ray Chester on for a solid hour. So what I want to do is have an event that has you and Ray Chester in, and the Forever Oakland people. And I just want to get a sponsor. I've already worked out the cost details and everything. I just have to pick a date that really, I think, ideally should be done, and I want some feedback on this as to where should it, I was thinking it should be done after a Raider away game, you know, so that, because the Raider away game, if it's, you know, generally stops at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and then we meet at 7 o'clock, right? Do the live stream.
That'll be much easier than the home game, yes, because the home game, we're shutting down for hours up there.
Right. So I'll write that down. I'll plan.
And
yeah,
I put your brainstorm together there. Mm-hmm. We have to have a show at the NFL's Holy Ground, Mount Valley, sometime.
Yeah, definitely. You got it. There. Yeah, definitely. You got it. From the best location that represents all the elements of our identity in a weekend. We're doing it again this weekend for the Walk for Breast Cancer Awareness. Yeah, awesome. You got it. Yeah. So, and I would think that, you know, also I wanted to do it at this particular place mainly because I don't have to go a long way from home. No. We love that. Also, and it's central, and I might be able to get, you know, I wanted to have like a little, and I'm brainstorming this concept with here, you know. I wanted to have like you sitting in one place, Ray sitting in another, and who else would be? I mean, we have a live audience of people, you know, all the Forever Oakland people, you know, reserved chairs and that sort of thing. And anything that I'm missing, I thought, who should? I keep thinking we need a third guest. Who would that be, though? You know?
Well, I mean, we could have Ray Bobbitt. I'll ask Ray. We could have Bob. We could have Levant.
Ray Bobbitt, yeah.
Sports staff. We could have Noel Gallo.
No, you know what? Great idea, Noel Gallo. You know, but you know what?
He's the politician of all of them that are stepping up for us right now, man.
Yeah.
Stepping up.
Yeah.
Goodness, God bless you, Noel. God bless you, man.
Definitely. So if I have Noel Gallo, I have to, as a courtesy, invite Oakland Council member Lynette Gibson McElhaney, because that's her area. I mean, I have to, you know, I have to. Yeah, and that's just protocol. So it's gotta be nice, you know. Don't want to get everybody in trouble. But let's. I'm thinking of another Raider player. It's like, who else other than Ray Chester? Clem Daniels, maybe. If you know, if
my favorite was healthy enough, I'd get Jim Mara down here, but he has a hard time doing his own.
Yeah.
Classic.
And then we have to get down a Raiderette to talk about the lawsuit. You know, just something. Also, so it's not like all
If
men.
you have a Raiderette come talk about that, she needs to meet up with me.
Okay.
We can have a long conversation first to bring up the speed on where everything's at.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was a
Amy Trask.
Amy Trask, but Amy Trask isn't local anymore, is she?
Ask her.
I'll ask her.
She's down. Oh, man, it doesn't hurt to ask.
No.
She gives a good perspective on what should be going down with Oakland. So
unquestionably. No, Amy
knows me directly.
Amy said she'd come on my show, so you're right. Definitely.
Right now, we're brainstorming.
That's right.
Things happen.
That's right.
Energy warms up.
That's right. So I've got Amy Trask, I've got Raiderette, Clem Daniels, Noel Gallo, which means I got to invite Lynette. Yeah, Lynette. And so, okay, yeah. So we've got those. Then we've got.
These are ideas, people.
Yeah, these are ideas. Anybody else got ideas you want to type down? They're ideas. And so, Ray Perez. Got to bring in God. We got to invite Dr. Death. Out of courtesy. Now, Ray Perez is a PR guy now, so he could, give us a little more PR assistance out there, a little PR muscle. He's a professional PR guy, so employ all of your talented friends, as I say. And who am I? There's something I'm missing here. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Oh, by the way, there will be coffee and tea. There will be a barista there. There'll be a barista. Yeah, this is a great cafe. It's right on Grand Avenue. It's at the heart of Adams Point. I didn't want to do room 389 because room 389 is basically, it already has patrons in there. It's across the way. It's alcohol, and I don't want to deal with that. Okay, so this is non-alcohol, and I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it an event. It's enclosed, so we don't have to worry about neighbor noise and bothering the neighbors and that sort of thing.
Sure.
So it'll definitely be exciting. And across the street,
you got me for 10 more minutes, my man.
Okay, and across the street is Onsburger. We talk more about that. Across the street is Onsburger, which serves some of the best fries, I might add. So
is Marcellus on right now?
Marcellus was on, but I haven't seen him. He was here and then he was gone. I haven't forgot about this. Yeah, I haven't forgot about Marcellus. But what happened was that I was at Perch Cafe and I had this brainstorming idea, and the owner was standing right there, and I know him. And so it was just like a few comments. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." And that's how it happened. So
the more the merrier.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away when we feel Marcellus. I was just wanting to see if he's in it. I heard you mention his name, and the Zenny Burger concept, man. We got to do a Zenny Burger name.
Still have it. I'm still willing to do that, but I wanted to get something. I want to do something. I want to get something done. Okay, and this is convenient to do, and we already talked about the basic details. The basic is I can use the venue. That's the thing. Yeah. And I know that, and I know it's not, and I know it's available. It's unused. It's glass enclosed, and it's great. It's large, and they've got these chairs. It's perfect. It's perfect. So, I think it's going to be an outstanding event. Outstanding.
Good.
Outstanding.
Anything else on the list we need to cover?
No, we've got, believe it or not, Godfather, we have covered all the bases. All the bases. Although I got to say one thing. I got to say one thing, though. Okay. Hey, you know what? Signing Brandon Whedon, the Titans, did instead of Colin Kaepernick was just plain stupid. I mean, what were they freaking thinking, man? Brandon Whedon's going to go out and get injured himself. And you know what? That's what's going to happen. Whedon's going to get injured, and they're going to have to bring in Kaepernick anyway. Watch. The Raiders ought to bring in Colin Kaepernick.
Here, let me tell you what I saw this past Sunday.
Yeah.
And as you know, a lot of people know, I have a different perspective on S&Os now, so my heart isn't into it, but I'm still watching, right? So what I saw Sunday... You still got the knowledge. You still got the knowledge. Yeah, but once it's in you, it's in you.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not going to go because I'm trying to alter the situation to keep the team here so we can celebrate our Sundays and weekends. But as an X and O's kind of guy who understands the DNA of Oakland Raiders, that tailspin from the Redskins was a confidence loop. They lost confidence, trying to regain themselves in this game. Mm-hmm. And with everything that went down, as ugly as that game was, they still had a chance to steal the game in Denver. What I saw, outside of glaring weaknesses in certain areas still, lack of confidence, obviously the quarterback going down, was bad coaching. This is just my opinion. Yeah. Here's what I mean by bad coaching. And I love Jack Del Rio as a guy, but bad coaching. When you throw in a second string guy in the line den, and there's too many delayed games, and the pace is too slow, where he was poised, I'm not blaming him, you have to, right when Derek Carr went down, if I'm a head coach, I pull my whole team together, I look at everyone eye to eye, I say, Manuel, this is your time, we're going to just listen to us, follow our guidance. Every offense lineman who started blocking, do your job. Every receiver, catch every ball. You need to help this young guy. Obviously, our receivers dropped a couple balls. Amari's been dropping like crazy. Jared Cook dropped the end zone pass.
Yes.
That was been 17-16.
Yep.
My point being, though, is I was screaming, or I heard people screaming, telling the coaches, tell the kid to pick up the pace. You're the coach. Tell him to pick up the pace. Have hand signals ready if you can't hear in the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching was bad, and this kid's still off. So the coaches for the Raiders are as responsible as some of the player play this past Sunday.
Yeah, I noticed that,
they got to step themselves up a little bit and get things going faster, and the coaches have to do a better job of guiding these players.
Hey, could it be that the Raiders don't even have a no-huddle offense system? I don't mean like the old days. I mean the ones that personify the modern offense where you can,
do that. And that's what they need to do with this kid. They just need him to speed it up.
Yeah.
You can't blame him. He's getting thrown in there. Your coaches, you got to pull him aside. You have to have a second, third play ready and say, you need to move faster, just move faster. Because outside that, he was poised.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't have hand signals to get the play in rapidly. Like for example, the Rams, have it. Mm-hmm.
My point being is, when you have a young guy who's just getting thrown in there,
yeah,
have hand signals ready and helmet signals ready, but you pull them aside because you have to keep them confident.
Yep.
The game's already gone. The rhythm is already gone. They already got the juices flowing. So that game is fast, and then if you're not up to speed, you're gonna make mistakes until you get the game speed. When you get the game speed, everything in front of you slows down. Yep. I know. When you get into that zone, he started getting into that zone. Mm-hmm. He started bam, bam. But it was a little too slow, so people were looking at the coaches saying, "Tell the kid to speed up."
Yeah.
So the coaches have some responsibility on that, in my opinion. They should have done a better job of guiding him, but they almost still went in there and stole the game.
That's right, they did.
And if they stole the game, we wouldn't be talking about this talk right now. So I'm not X and O's kind of guy. I have a different perspective on what the team should be doing until we alter it. But this team, they just have to get out of their mental funk, and it's early in the season. People are complaining and whining, of course, but it's early in the season. Wait till 5 or 6 games, see if they get on the stretch, see if these teams are doing good right now, start going backpedaling. It's a long season, my folks, but these coaches got to do a better damn job of coaching.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
My opinion.
Absolutely. Well, Godfather, it's 12:41. 9:41 out here. Yeah.
It's just this. It's amazing.
Last word to you.
Yeah, there were several people from Vegas that reached out to me yesterday, at least 5 to 7 from Vegas, who are not pro Oakland, and they gave us the utmost respect because Forever Oakland 66 Mob is about helping people in the time of need. I put out one of my spiritual posts yesterday, Zenny, that was heartfelt, that people, the higher mind and mature attitude took to, and a couple pro Oakland people and Vegas people started fighting. I chilled that out. I said, anyone that gets on this post and does it, you're out. You're all immature. I do not tolerate that stuff. This is about helping people. And this don't matter if it's Puerto Rico, it don't matter if it's Houston or Florida. That's what it's about.
Right.
It's a mental maturity.
That's right.
So for all of you folks out there, separate football right now. I'm pro Oakland. I'm the biggest pro Oakland dog. and we're needing to help people and those families grieving right now. Keep that in mind. Put your egos aside, put your hate aside, and do the right doggone thing. And that's what 6'6" Mom Forever Oakland does, and we have a lot of respect for it. And we still stay pro-Oakland, but we're not pro-hate. We're pro-Oakland.
That's right.
And when people need help, we're there to help. So just keep that in mind, people. With all the stuff going on the planet right now, gravitate toward the light. There's a lot of people who are being consumed by darkness. We're being consumed by evil. And the more you gravitate to light, the more you create protection for yourself, and you create protection for others. That's my last words, Danny.
Thanks a lot, man. Hey, folks, and I'm going to sign out myself. See you tomorrow, or today if you like, at the normal time, 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Thanks.
Hey, Zane, thank you for everything as always, man. And tell your mom I said hi.
I definitely will do that. All right, man.
We are forever Oakland, only Oakland.
Got it.
Bless.
God bless you all. Thank you all. See you all tomorrow. T. Cooper, John Marks, Pedro, everybody. See you guys tomorrow. And thank you very much as he closes us out. I will raise the phone and give us an appropriate shout out and go out and say good night to everybody and say yeah, we will see you tomorrow. Okay, and thank you all again. It's 12:44, and thank you all for participating. All right, talk to you all later. Okay, see ya.